Bro, she already had the invoice. I don't understand that.
Okay, welcome to Pontificate. This is not a podcast. I repeat, this is not a podcast. What is this? What is this, Kasa, the chosen one?
Indeed.
What is this? This is not a podcast.
Oh, it's not a podcast. Why you keep saying that?
It's not a podcast. I repeat, this is not a podcast. This is just two people chopping it up. So, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Niggas. Oh shit. I don't know. What are you gonna talk about? What's on your mind, Shayna?
So many things.
Nothing. Nothing relationship. Because
No relationship.
I'm burnt out from the relationship talks.
Okay, no relationship talk.
Just for tonight, we can.
Oh, what about
Another.
the FDA is banning all the red dyes? Did you see that?
Yes,
Like
finally
Cheetos,
some positive fucking news from the goddamn health board.
the Cheetos,
Finally. And they're banning a lot of candy too.
the candies,
And then
yes.
also for EBT, they were removing any junk foods, so no Doritos, no fucking candy, no Go-Gurt. Well, I think like the yogurts don't fall in that kind of, but any like that frivolous shit you get for kids, you
What's
can't get.
EBT?
Even some juices you can't get on EBT anymore.
What's EBT like?
Oh yeah, I forget. We grew up kind of privileged. It's the free food thing from the government.
Oh, like it's like food stamps.
Food stamps. Yes, food stamps.
Oh, yes, I have heard about. I used to have food stamps for like all of 2 months.
Yeah, I had them like way back in Virginia when I was like 19.
Do you think? Oh, so Azay's Best Life said they're removing some cereals too.
And cereal. Look at him, Mr. Updated.
This young man stays informed.
I said, don't tune in. He's like, shut up.
Oh, you told me not to do something.
Nigga, I'm 15.
Please watch. Please watch. And then he'll be like, no, I'm good. No, but that's really cool.
Divided wall, pantry tile bathroom. Sorry, Shane, give me 1 second. Drywall.
No, it's
Interior
okay.
doors, baseboards and casings, tile bathrooms, tile floor, reframe divided walls, frame pantry, replace termite damaged wood. Okay, so yeah, she ain't got no build out for closets. What is she talking about?
What do you do for a living? You build things?
I am a project manager, yes.
Oh, got it.
Working my way to GC one day.
That's what you want to do?
I won't say what I want to do. It's just what I can do. So it's like something. It's natural. It's natural to build stuff. So like being on the management end is new for me because I've always done general labor. You know, whether I'm all the phases of construction, but now being at the top, it's kind of fun, man. Just facilitating. I get to be that boss that I never had, which being the guy that helps I want to say the lower guy, the tradesmen actually like facilitate their day versus like just pulling up and pointing some fingers and disappearing. Like a super could be a lot more help if they wanted to be. So I try to be that. They kind of just walking around and pointing at shit, not handing. I'm not saying you got to work. In most cases, they've done their work, but they don't offer a hand. They don't make sure the area where it's work clean is ready for the next guys. You're good supers do, but most of them they just send them all out there and just like figure it out. Pile on top of each other, have like 7 trays there at the same time. So
it sounds like what a husband does to a wife. He just comes in to this.
Kind of just manage my overgrown 16-year-old.
So that was actually a question I had on the Queen Talk show earlier today. It was if you could go back in time to your 8-year-old self and think about what you wanted to do, what you wanted to be when you grow up. Do you feel like you're achieving that? Are you close to?
No, because I thought I'd be an athlete. So that's
definitely.
Yeah, because I was fast. I was fast as fuck. So I thought I was at 8 years old. I guess I thought I was. Teenager was different. I had humbled up a little bit, but yeah, as an 8-year-old, I thought I was going to be a football player.
Like a professional football player? That's
I
what
was
you
certain. Yes, I was certain I was going to be.
I actually feel like you have the build for it. I feel like when you go out, people think that you're like
No,
ex-football.
I get asked every single day almost if I'm like somebody of significance. I don't know if it's just something I do or if I'm like if I just wear an arrogant look on my face. But people just like, should be like, should I know you? Are you like a ball player or something? Like all the time. It happened at Rural King like a few months ago. It happened the other day in Siesta Key. I was coming out of a gas station. Somebody was like, did you play for the Bucks? I'm like,
someone said, do I know you? Am I supposed to know you?
Yeah, like basically saying like, am I missing something? You look like I should know you, but I don't. Like I don't know. And all I was doing was making jokes to the cashier about how I always spend money at Rural King. And then I stopped and said hi to him because he was staring at me. And then he was just like, hey, I just want to look. But you know what I think it is? I think it's like the hoop earrings. And then, you know what I mean? It just looks different, especially to white people. I think they like, oh, wait, only the rich black people do that. I don't fucking know.
Wait, the hoop.
I don't know.
Let me see the earrings. The hoop earrings say wealthy.
I don't know. You're asking me like I know. Like I'm supposed to.
Either.
All I'm doing is it's like I don't know why old Hispanic women think they should walk up to me and start speaking Spanish. I don't fucking know.
Are you serious? That happens?
Yeah, all the time. Dude, it happens to me at work a lot. Now everybody knows I'm not Hispanic, but when I first got there, I'm like, hey, easy, bro, easy, bro. Like I got dreads. I am black, American black.
Oh. Okay. Well,
what's you over there doing, Jana?
Me, just taking care of business. I'm a businesswoman outside of this podcast. I know people don't know that. They think I'm like an Instagram model or something, and I get flued out, but it's not the case. What?
Huh?
What? What did you say?
She capping, y'all. She capping.
No, I'm not. I have had people ask me that, like, oh, what they say is, you never post you working or what you do. So I just assumed that your lifestyle was funded by men. Like when I go on trips, they think a man is taking me or a man is flying me. They don't realize that I work and I have a good job and I fund my life. They don't know that. I've also had people say, oh, I didn't know you were smart. So what is Pontificate supposed to be about?
Like our goal is the Joe Rogan show. We don't want to be like pushed in any. I know relationships get everybody on fire because it's the one thing everybody understands, or like everybody thinks they understand. So it gets. I think that's the fastest way to grow a page, relationships. But I don't think it's the best way to sustain it because the ones that are sustained, the biggest podcasts out there, they talk about everything. You know what I mean? Like. And like the View, like I knew they were a limited show because like they only talked about like how bad things were. Like they were very much like they're never really reporting good news. It's just a bunch of ladies waiting to complain about shit. And then it was a bad makeup. It was down. Same thing with Red Table Talk. It's only a matter of time. Like they're just complaining. Like it works for a while, but even women get tired. I was just like, why are you always crying, bro? Do something else. Like I think every time I turn on Red Table Talk, it was like. And then somebody starts crying, and then it's like the same thing over and over and over and over again. Yeah, say it again.
That's the one with Will Smith and Jada?
Yeah, with this Will Smith's daughter, the toxic ass mom of Jada, and then they have guests. And I thought I was just funny. I was wondering why Jada was so jacked up, but then I listened to her mom talk one time. I'm like, oh yeah, she just fucking fell right from the tree. That's what it fucking was.
What is it about her mom that's jacked up?
Her mom's the selfish piece of shit. Like she is what you expect a woman like Jada to come from. Like a woman that's just self-absorbed.
Like, give me an example of
all about
what is that?
Huh?
What does a selfish piece of shit look like? What does that look like when you talk about a woman?
What do you think a selfish piece of shit is? No, why do you want me to make it specific? Talk about a woman, selfish in general. You don't got to be a woman to be selfish.
I date men. You said she sounds like the type of woman that would come from a mother like that. So I'm saying, what does that look like?
Well, just in general. Like you got an aggressive man, you meet an aggressive man and you meet his dad. and he's slamming his head against walls, that's the type of nigga you'd expect that nigga to come from.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, huh?
We're not allowed to say
We're not allowed. Really? Wait, on YouTube. You talking about on what? People say the word all the time on YouTube. How the fuck that happened?
I don't know.
But anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying if you see an aggressive man and he comes from an aggressive father, you're like,
all I was saying is like she is expecting when everybody noticed how toxic Jada was when I finally listened to her mom. Most people probably had already listened to her mom, but I finally listened to her mom talk. I'm like, okay, she has created a 3 generation of resentful, hateful women. You know what I'm saying? And like she managed to do that with a solid male in the house too, which is quite interesting. You know, like she managed to do some great evil in my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, but you still haven't given an example. Like, what does that look like? What does a selfish woman look like?
A selfish person, Shayna? Woman? You keep saying woman. Selfish person.
You said
I know because I'm talking about a woman. It's being descriptive. That don't mean I have to single women out.
You're
a
saying
selfish person is a selfish person.
Person, whether male or female, looks exactly the same.
Yes. Yeah. Selfish person is selfish. They don't change. They're worried about themselves. They might do different things, but they're doing the same thing. They're worried about themselves. They have any other concern outside of what they got to do in a day, what they want to achieve in a day. They literally wake up and they fucking think me. Oh my God, me. You know, they don't think of nothing else. Oh my God, what I got to do. Oh my God, me. Me, on the other hand, I wake up, first thing I'll do is look over at my girl, make sure she's okay. Selfish person is not going to do that. They're going to stand up. They're going to walk out of the room. You know what I'm saying? And they're just going to go start their day. Like, that's like a selfish person. Like, an unselfish person is going to do something for their spouse, their kids on the way out, etc. You know what I mean? They think about people you can tell a selfish person by the way they drive. I've definitely noticed that. You can tell by the people. You see somebody dipping in and out of traffic, not really getting nowhere. They're just upset, angry. What they're doing literally doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That's a selfish person. Clearly obvious. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to Jessica about that the other day. I was just like, you could tell a lot about a person about the way they drive.
Okay. So I dip in and out of traffic.
No, I'm not. It's the aggressive dipping out of traffic. It's the no, like the no remorse, the no regard for anybody else. Like, you're not just dipping out of traffic, but you're slowing other people's day down. You're infracting other people's day, trying to make your day better. So you almost do reverse of what you're trying to achieve for yourself. So you got to put more ugly out there.
It's not like just driving along, just having a good day, da, 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 and then someone may feel like you're driving a little too slow.
Put it this way: defensive drivers tend to be more docile, approachable, realistic people. Aggressive drivers, they get out that car, you know what kind of person you're gonna meet. Some motherfucker pulls up, you hear the tire skirt when he parks, and his truck is crooked in the driveway. You know what kind of nigga's gonna hop out. You can already envision it. You know what I'm saying? He's probably short on top of that. Like, you probably already gonna, you know what I'm saying? You can probably throw that in there. But like I'm just saying, there's usually it's obvious in the way people drive. People handle their life precisely how they are. You know what I mean? Like, if I see the way you take care of your kid, I know who you are. I feel like everything correlates, everything coexists, everything, if way you keep your house, I already know what kind of parent you are. You know what I'm saying? Where you keep your hair.
I don't know. Because look, check this out. I've seen people's cars be really clean and their house be dirty. And vice versa.
I'm like that. My car is pretty dirty. My house is like very rarely like built, like dirty. Like, you're not gonna. I think at any point in time I could have company.
What if someone sees your car? What if someone sees your car and they're like, "Oh, he's just a trifling person"?
Well, I'm just thinking that's one of those things where it's a nuance. So it's just like I get it. I can believe in what they're saying, but it just that specific thing doesn't apply to me. Like, because everything else is pretty pristine. I stay on top of most things. Like. At least the important shit, but like, no, it's when it comes to my car, like, yeah, it was at one point, like, I kept it really super clean, but now it's here and there. I guess it's not as much as a priority because I'm not in that space of like flashy guy anymore. Like, I kind of stepped away from that. So it's like, I don't know, I guess it's not as important for my car to be like crispy clean all the time. And also, I'm not picking up women anymore. So it's like, it's just me. It's a one seater now, damn near. So it's like, I don't see the point in it being like immaculate because I don't really even personally have to operate it in and out at often. Like I use it to commute, hop in and out, I don't know.
But
I
also,
could, that's definitely something I could step up for sure. Personal opinion. I could definitely step that up.
but you also you drive a nice car. Is that also why people think you might be famous?
I don't know. I don't know. It happens even when I'm just in sweatpants, bro. Swear to God. It happened with just I was in the mall one time and this little chubby black kid walked by me. He's just like, Are you famous? I'm like, no, buddy, I wish. I wish I was. And then his mom was just like, Did you play ball? I'm like, why does everybody fucking say that? But I do live in a city where, you can run into ball players. So it's like, they're people too. They go out with their family too. So it's like, yeah. And I've even seen a couple ball players. I saw Tyreek Hill at Busch Gardens. He's just standing there, no security, all by himself, just hanging out, waiting for some girl to pull up. Some girl pulled up in a Maserati, but he's waiting for some girl to pull up. But like he was just all by himself. Like it was almost like holy shit. Like they don't have security, but not everybody's that famous, even though he's like famous. Like nobody was even walking up to him. Like I don't think anybody knows who he was except me.
Right.
So he's like, huh?
Did you say anything?
Yeah, I said, what's up, Tyreek? Like, I'm not that person to run up and like, oh my God, picture. What's up, Tyreek? I just literally talked to him like I knew him. I'm just like, what's up, Tyreek? Hey, he's small guy, super tiny guy. He's like,
he's small.
Yeah, he's small, dude. He's probably like Kevin Peach's size, but just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just stout.
You just said somebody's whole name.
Oh God. Well, who else? There's so many Kevins. Who else you gotta know?
Kevin Fruit.
Kevin Fruit Cup. Fruity Kev.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
So
what are you gonna do? What would you do if they made wigs illegal tomorrow? Would you be good?
What kind of question?
I'm just saying, would you be good? Would you be good? Could you attract the same level of male without being able to throw on the Kim Kardashian mask?
Are you saying that you think I'm wearing a wig right now?
I'm asking what you think. You're projecting too much.
What would
I'm asking what you think.
If they made wigs illegal tomorrow?
Could you still perform?
Could I still perform?
I don't think I would perform the same way if I didn't have hair, I think hair is quite the added effect for me.
I mean, I have hair. It's not like I'm bald headed, so I mean, I like my natural hair.
I was just saying, but sometimes you would have it like scrunched up. Ain't no way you keeping flowing and going every day. You black.
But I'm saying not in Florida, which is why I do wear wigs, because in Florida the humidity is crazy when you have natural hair.
You think you still get invited to the rich parties and stuff? Do you think the wig is the access? Do you think you still attract the same attention and the same? You still get into the same places?
Are you saying I couldn't wear it?
Do you think it's the same level of potency?
I don't think so, no.
That's all I'm asking.
No. So that's funny because men always say, oh, I want you to be in your natural state. I want you to rock your natural, be natural. And like naturally, I have hair, right?
No, I know you have long hair.
But this girl doesn't get the same attention as this girl.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think, like, based on what I was talking about earlier about black guys, like, it's one thing to be a confident black guy, but you can't necessarily help the way the world sees that. So, you could walk around all confident all day, but if people see you a certain way, people see you a certain. It's like you don't have to live in that world and accept it, but you do got to understand. Like, people are gonna look at you and be like, you nigger, or they're just like, oh, I don't date black guys. They're just good for sex, or whatever the case may be. Like, most people. Or, they see you, they'll judge you, but you don't have to let that be your reality, but it is the reality you live in. That makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely think people judge you based off your appearance first, and then you can change your mind by whatever comes out of your mouth second. but your appearance is always going to be that first thing. And I hate when people say looks don't matter. They matter. Looks can get you into a room that if you didn't have them, you'll never be in. Like you just said, would you get invited to certain parties? I don't think so. I really don't.
No, I mean, I agree.
Don't get me wrong.
It's not my place to say that. Like, I think you would still get a lot of attention. I just think there's a pinnacle look. There's a pinnacle look that a woman created, and it's just that's the look. Like, I don't think there's a look for guys, but for women, that pin straight hair, high cheekbone, long eyelash look, like Kim K created that, and it has become the best. Like, because remember when Aaliyah was popular, there was just so many different kinds of pretty women. Versus now, every time a woman steps out, she looks like that. Every single time, pin straight hair. I mean, it's just like, dude, like, and it's like when they're all light skinned, you can't even tell the difference. You're just like,
I don't know. I feel like
you're almost looking for something different. You're almost looking for a curly head of hair. Cause like all of them got pin straight hair. Cause you got the Puerto Ricans that actually got the pin straight hair. You got the Indian girls that have pin straight hair. Then the Asian girls that actually have pin straight hair. Then you have the black girls wearing the pin straight hair. You have the white girls adding the pin straight hair. Because their hair is thinner. So it's like when everybody's out, you just see tube dresses, thick makeup, and then thick jewelry lines, and it's just like, man, bro, it's just like it seems like a costume, Versus like I feel like there's been a couple times where guys were getting to like a spot like that where there was like a general overall guy look, but it always shifts.
The goatee.
You know what I mean? It always shifts really like, yeah, like that Kim K look, dude, it's been around for like 10 years now. Strong. Like strong. I don't think
even Kim K don't look like Kim K anymore.
Yeah, she keeps transforming. She's always up in the ante, but like I think that cheekbone look is so easy to achieve. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's the one everybody goes for.
When people
like everybody goes for it. Yeah, because it's like it's one of the quickest ways to make yourself like, I don't know, look like you lost weight real quick. You literally shed like 4 pounds off your face when you do that. Thick jewelry line. Where did Grace come from? I'm just saying, like, you see Grace's hair in that picture. You know what I'm saying? You see Grace's hair, but that's what I mean. Like, the wig's okay. It's just it doesn't even switch up. Like, it just seems okay. I'm stepping the fuck out tonight. If that's the idea. I swear to God, it's the pin straight hair, the big thick jewelry line, the long eyelashes, and the super jawline. It's just like it never changed. Like Aaliyah, what's her name? Aaliyah, what's that other girl? Nia Long, Erykah Badu, even Lil' Kim back in the day. Like they all had a completely different black woman look. Like it was just so different in spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And then they also wore their Buick.
Like I was literally blonde last week.
No, and I'm just saying, it's just, I'm talking about, I get what you switch it up for like day to day. I'm talking about like when it's time to step the fuck out. Yeah, like it's like if you're stepping out, Crystal's going to be there, Iris going to be there. They already talked about the outfits. I can already guess what you're going to look like. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because you have to compete with the girls that are also going to wear that look. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, I ain't finna be the one bitch that don't show up with my pin straight hair. Yeah, and it hit different because it was, it was different because like
my hair
it's like
every week.
It's like now it's like who's the best version of Kim K versus like you could walk in back in the day and be something nobody saw ever, like ever.
Can I just
like ever? Yeah, run.
You're talking about Kim K like she invented a look. Okay, she had a hair, but she literally stole the shape of a black woman.
No. I'm not talking about the curve. I'm talking about like the chest and up. Like she created that, like that, like you know what I mean, like that. After she got her surgery, because she used to have a real black nose and way bigger lips. After her surgery, she created that like full lip, kind of like I don't know. It's hard to think of the part going right down the middle. The part going right down the middle look like she wore that shit like she wore the fuck out of it. Like nobody can deny.
So you're telling me with my naturally high cheekbones,
yours is natural. So yours is natural,
and my natural lips, and like I literally put a little bit of foundation on and blush.
Yes.
I don't contour. So you're saying I'm trying to look like someone else?
You don't. No, I'm just saying it is the look. It's the look. You're not trying to look like anybody. It's the look. Go ahead and try to compete with the girls that are wearing that when it's the standard. It's the new standard almost. You know what I'm saying? It's become a new standard versus like back in the day, there was no standard. You can walk in with the big fro and then glow. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was like, it just seems like there's only one way to be pretty. Like I'm talking like max pretty. I'm not talking, you guys can switch it up with the braids, do this, but y'all do that more for work. If you about to fuck some shit up, you know what I'm saying? It's usually pin straight hair, tube dress. It's the same thing every time. So it's like, that's all I mean. It's like, and it almost like it shrunk beauty because now everybody's trying to be the same kind of beauty versus there being different kinds of beauty. Like you'll see you'll see a Ice Spice, then you'll see a Erykah Badu. She's got her dreads hanging in her turban, and then you got the Aaliyah. Then you have the Nia Long with just the shirt, the high and tight haircut. It's just so many different rays. Versus like even when it seems like even when those women step out now, they all do it. Even what's her name, Taraji. Like she has a bunch of different looks. She's a solid actor, but when she steps out, always the pin straight hair, tube dress, you know. And I get there's variations. You could probably storm online and find obviously versions of what I'm saying. But if you go watch Red Carpet, you know what I'm saying, and I put some blinders on you, everyone was gonna look the same. Like some of those like blurry goggles, you're just gonna see pin straight hair, tube dress, pin straight hair, tube dress, pin straight hair, tube dress.
Oh,
okay, I got you, Grace. Give me a second.
Oh, you're gonna pull up Neil?
Well, I'm talking because she has a lot of different looks because she has that naturally flowy hair like mommy. So that is one of her looks. But at the same time, like that wasn't like it wasn't the standard. That's all I'm saying. It's like I get women can switch it up, and that's what I'm arguing. Like, why doesn't there more often? Like I said, the hair Grace has on in that picture. Like, if that was super duper popular with the pin straight hair, all I'm saying is that it's become the pinnacle of beauty when it's like it really shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we kind of all bow to it because it's like I don't even know how that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hold on.
It's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think everybody.
No, I mean, and you're right though. Think about that name of that show though. It's almost like it was propaganda. Because think about it, everybody to this day is trying to keep up with the Kardashians. And even when a girl makes the joke, like I'm gonna step out like a Kardashian, like which I'm gonna look expensive, I'm gonna get a lot of attention, and my butt's gonna show. You know, like let me see.
And it's not even real.
Yeah, it's not. Like I said, like you said, she stole the look from an authentic, most likely, you know, a woman of ethnic background. But my thing is, she made it like she took what was natural about her and what was unnatural, you know, and took it from somebody else, and she made it like a look. And all I'm saying is, that, and I think a lot of Black women do have that look naturally, like the facial structure, but she's made like the whole thing. Like my issue is I don't see anything different. Like if you go to Ybor, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, like out of 10 women, you're gonna see 7 wearing that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like in most cases, there's gonna be variations, but like those are usually the ones that are a little different. Like they're a rarer portion. What's she saying?
Even with the lip fillers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They all look like the same person, and that's why I say it made a look because it's like even Kylie, she's like the new hot one, like the newer hot one on the scene. So it's like. Before she hit puberty, she had those super thin lips, but like she could have went any direction. Even Chloe went to go look like that look that Kim K found. You know what I'm saying? Like they all went that direction because it was worked. It was potent. You know, like Chloe had the more round face, like she had a more square head, like she had a square jaw, and then like now it's like hers. It's like it's like they all went that. But when honestly, the square face, that's just a different kind of beauty. You know what I'm saying? She totally still could have been bad. It's just like she was trying to. That's what I mean. Like what Michael Jackson was doing. He was obsessed with a certain kind of beauty. He was just aiming for it to the point where it killed him. And that's what I mean. Like he made something up in his head, but I think she made something up in real life that everybody's kind of just like, that's what we got to do. Kind of like every dude knows that he's got to kind of trick a little bit to even be in a relationship now. Like it's like more of a. Like, you know, they just like to even dabble over there, it's become a new standard. And like, I mean, shit, you got to pay to play. When back in the day, you just needed like a dick and a bike and some good words. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a real relationship, you know, based on like authentic connection. Not that I say like, I'm not trying to say, oh, no, you shouldn't want to spend bread, but it's like, it really shouldn't matter. But that's what I mean. Like, whether I spend a lot of money or whether I don't, it shouldn't matter. Like, we should have a lot of fun. If a lot of money is what I got to do for us to have fun, cool. But if we run into something that's free, like it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't matter. You're gonna eat. I'm not gonna let you starve. But we're not kind of connecting with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the goal? You know what I'm saying? Because like this is my thing with the whole like cash up front thing. If I'm a human trafficker, I could spend $1,000 on a woman, rape her that night, put her in the fucking shipping container. She's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Where money doesn't listen. Money doesn't allocate towards anything. Now, time spent. If I spent 9 months with that girl, say I had the same plan, but I spent 9 months with her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm spending time with her. I met her kid, met her dad. It's that thing that's time invested. That same plan is obviously not going to go through the same way because I'm invested. It's like the way you treated your parents' couch, you know what I'm saying, versus the way you treat your couch. It's different when you're invested. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's like, who's putting in that investment? Who's showing that they're ready to have your back? That's way more important because, like, think about it. I can spend a bunch of bread on you. You're like, oh my God, I got one of them niggas and I'm taking you everywhere. We're doing everything. And it's like, oh, look, there's a better one over there. And I just go buy her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really mean anything because I'm not putting in time. I'm doing what's easy. It's easy to swipe our card. That's why everybody's broke. It's easy to swipe your card. So you got to stop measuring something that's easy as fuck to swipe a card. Easy as what to give cash away. Why do you think everybody broke? So you're measuring somebody on something that's fucking easy to do. And if it's easy for him to do, you understand how stupid he is too. You wouldn't even want your son pulling up on a chick she just met and dropping $200, $300 on a date. You can be like, Isaiah, are you fucking stupid? Did she even like you, bro? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now it starts to make sense. And I think most women understand more when they have a son. Because like when I'm telling them, Gracie is going to understand when Caleb goes on a date, like he's super handsome. Most girls want to be around just because, you know, actually both y'all's boys are. So it's like, most you want to be around just to want to be around. So they might not even have those issues. But most guys have to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? And then like, and because they're handsome boys, you like, if they do meet a girl like that, you're like, you don't need to deal with that. This is a girl that's ready to take you around back just because you woke up this morning. You don't got to do all that. So it's like, that's what I mean. So it's like you as a mom are going to see it the way men have always seen it. Once your boy is in the dating pool and actually experience, it's like, I don't know. I don't think she really likes you. If she told you she just told you she can't be there. Like, who says stuff like that? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, now you're realizing, you know what I mean? I feel like most women do that through scarring. Like they spend a lot of time with a guy, give up some of their chastity, and then now they're in a situation where like, I'm not going to lose like that again. So now they're trying to make sure they're getting something out of it the next time. But why is that monetary gain? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is monetary gain going to be that fix? Like, why do you think monetary gain is going to be the fix to you? Oh yeah, he paid me for my chastity this time, so that's totally better. You don't make a lot of sense. So it's like that when women talk like that, it's like, okay, so he paid for it this time. You paid a bigger price. He bought you a bag before he thrashed your coochie with a bunch of STDs. So that makes it better. So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like all I'm saying is money doesn't guarantee anything, but it does set women up to fail because I can make anything look like anything if I'm just spinning in a brick. This dude that you're talking to spent a whole 2 weeks working extra shifts to buy you something nice. You know what I'm saying? Versus other dude, you just swipe the card. Why? Because you make $20K a month. So who put more time in for you? Who really cares about you? That dude probably wouldn't even work the extra hours for you, given he had the same situation, because he's probably selfish. He'd probably be like, man, I ain't buying her. You know what I'm saying? This dude allocated something through pressure and perseverance versus this guy. It's just easy. Just like if you're the rich girl, right? And you're dating a guy and you forget last minute, oh shit, it's his birthday. You can just go swipe a card and send him a watch. It's nothing. That other girl that works a 9 to 5, and she don't have a business, she went hard for that man. Jumping around. She went to Walgreens. She went to Ross. She's picking up balloons, doing whatever she can. Somebody put in work, but who's going to get the nod? You know what I'm saying? And that's the shitty part about it. Like, he's going to get the nod because it was quick, it was fast, it was fancy, and it came with like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, man, waste your time for being that's what I'm saying. In investment in like I don't know. I think women don't want to admit how much they want to have sex too. I think that's a big part of it. So they'll find themselves in a situation where they're like, oh, I'm horny too, but then I'm gonna let him smash. I'm gonna blame it on him. But it's just like, y'all both want to smash. Y'all both want to smash, then smash. But stop trying to get something out of it, because how would you have with him beforehand? So like back in the day, oh, he brought me 2 pieces of meat instead of 1 piece of meat. I love him, because that's like monetary. No, yes, providing was different back then. So it's just like, what are you really basing it off of? Do you want a connection with this person? Because if I just afford things, you know what I'm saying? one day we're going to be old, we're going to be sitting somewhere, and then you're not going to like me. Why? Because all I did was afford things. You're going to end up sleeping with the fucking gardener because you don't have a relationship with me. I'm just affording you. Arguably, you wouldn't be in front of my face if I couldn't afford things. You know, the funny part is women only do that to the guys they don't fucking like. And then they try to take that thing that they do to guys that they don't like and then leverage it on the guys that they do like. And it's the stupidest fucking thing. You're doing that to him because you don't like him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you're doing it. Meaning, while Chris Brown can walk in with $0 in his pocket, it's like, actually, baby girl, I'll pay. Because you think it's going to get you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman is more inclined to pay for a rich guy's date. You know what I'm saying? Like, he pulled up in a Ferrari and you met him there. And you're like, give me a second. You pulled up in a Ferrari and you met him there. And you saw him get out of a nice car. You're more inclined to help him out because you think it's going to take you somewhere versus the guy that needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I pay?
That broke nigga. That broke nigga. So it's like, I don't care. But it's like, we're the good. Are you looking for a good person or are you looking to be purchased? Because if I purchase something, I can purchase something again.
Why would I pay for a rich guy?
Well, I'm just saying you're more inclined to help the guy out that you think is going to pay you back. That's what I'm saying. And I've seen it. Is what I'm trying to say. And I've seen it.
But the way you talk, I mean, and I get it because you date women, right? I don't. So the way you talk, this sounds very unrealistic. But because you date women and I don't, it sounds strange.
You said it sounds realistic, but like I said, logic is something that can be added and subtracted and applied to other places. So of the way women date, apply that somewhere else and show me how that system improves. Because women are siphons. What I'm
saying is I've had men who were very wealthy try to take me out and I didn't like who they were as people. I didn't go out with them because they had money.
No. So you're saying what I'm saying, but you're saying it backwards. I'm saying to look for character traits. I'm saying to look for someone that you can bond with, that you can get along with. I'm saying to not look at the money. I'm not saying that you do. Don't narrow yourself out and be like, I'm not one of them bitches. You're one woman.
It sounds unrealistic. You're telling me that women do this, and it's strange to me because every time I talk to women, they just seem like they just want a nice guy.
Because they're lying. She's not going to tell you she cracked the plate over the back of his head. Like, women don't like to wear shame over everything. They want to be able to, this guy, go here, fly here, leave their kid here, do it, and then experience zero shame for it. They don't want to be shamed. Number one, over pretty much anything. Like, a woman will literally end up on the street just to not experience shame, just to not experience public shame. They hate to be shamed. So with that being said, is like, they don't want to wear what actually is their responsibility half the time. It's like, it's just pushing it away. Like, a woman will totally do something to herself and be like, why didn't you help me? Like, what are you talking about? You came on your trip on your own. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's unrealistic. Like, a woman wants to have the same sexual market value after having 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then hitting the market again. It's just like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. And then like women like Grace is super smart, but she'll defend shit like that. And then in the same breath be like, oh no, you got 2 kids now. You can't go nowhere. So it's like, you know, but you don't know. You understand it, but you don't understand. For the sake of the argument, you don't understand. But from real format, you do understand. You're not gonna let Isaiah end up with no 3 kids, so no girl with no 3 kids, no 35-year-old woman, no 3 kids. You would never let that fucking happen. But you'll coach otherwise because it's anti-shameful. It's egalitarian. It's an egalitarian mindset. We're all equal regardless, whatever. You can kill somebody and come back and love me. So it's like that mindset that like everything will be okay because I want it to be okay. It's like women will use that, but then they'll judge the kind of thing, like the whole body shaming thing. Yeah, he got a big belly. You can say what you want, but they don't want that to come back the other way because it's a level of shame. You can't say it to me, but I damn sure should be able to say it to you. And let a man articulate something. He's sassy, especially if he's black. But if he's Hispanic, he's just intelligent. If he's white, he's articulate. You know what I'm saying? If he's Asian, he's just a politician. So like the smart guys over there that can articulate themselves and cat back, they do it on TV all day with suits on. They're not sassy, but we're sassy for defending our views and laying shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everybody, their goal is to like
is that a word that black women use?
No, yeah, specifically black women, a lot, and then now it's spreading. But you notice it's only used on guys that talk fast and have a lot of things to say. So a woman is like, "Oh my God, I'm running out of things to say." She's like, "Who hurt you, Sassy? Who hurt you, Sassy? I heard this online. Who hurt you?" And it's just like, nice, you built your personality online. Let me hear something original. I've been saying original shit this whole time. So they start recycling shit. In that moment, all they're doing is you're not trying to feel shame. You can literally be watching a girl that has an OnlyFans and a son. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody will be scolding her on the situation. And she'll be like, I can do what I want, right? It's America. And like nobody's agreeing with her. She's just looking not to feel shame. And she's not going to accept anything that's being said because she does not want to feel shame. You know what I'm saying? A woman will damn near kill a dude on the way out of a breakup. And she know nobody's going to find out. Nobody's going to find out. Like she's going to tell that situation like he beat her. You know what I'm saying? Like almost 10 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Versus a dude, you've never heard a woman say this. Oh, I lost a good one. Ever. It's always his fault. When statistics say that can't be the fucking truth. So it's like, you heard a million dudes say that's the one that got away. Oh man, she's a good one. I wasn't smart enough. I couldn't do it. That's wearing accountability. You've never heard a woman say that. And you know crazy women. You've seen crazy women. Yet you haven't heard one woman ever admit to the fact that like, damn, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've said that. I've said, man.
Well, yeah, but you're also in a late space in your life and you've grown. You're post 30. So I say it. That's what I say. Women really, really wise up post 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, really wise up. I don't think any man should be vetting a woman to get married until she's in her 30s because there's too much squirrel brain. It's just like I have, especially if she's pretty. It's just she has the beauty curse. It's like, oh, I can go here and I could go there and I could go there and I could do. It's like a puppy. When you want a puppy to be a good puppy, they have to be focused. You want a kid to be a good kid, they got to be focused. And it's no different with adults. You know what I'm saying? They got to focus. Squirrel brain just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that early 20s age, there's so many things to do. You can't effectively build with a woman that has 14 billion options. You just can't. You know, and then she's utilizing those options. She's not wise enough to know they're not really options yet. Are you woman?
That woman and woman.
Yeah, they do. And they also have the highest abuse rates. They have the highest abuse rates. So domestic violence in lesbian relationships are actually like astronomical. It's like almost 80%. So when you see that, and then you look at the gay marriages on men's side, they almost have no problems. Their marriage rate is almost 80. So it's just like, when you look at the statistics, women kind of tell them themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, then that's why women don't like statistics. They always, anytime you see a woman on the podcast, the first thing they say, they're just like, I don't know. I just feel, all right, quote that somewhere. Let's pull that source. What the fuck is feel? You know what I'm saying? Where'd you pull that source of feeling? So like, I can pull my facts from somewhere. There's an allocation somewhere. Somebody did a study, you know what I'm saying, on what I'm talking about. And I went and looked into it. Not just one, I went to like 3 studies, you know what I'm saying? So people did multiple studies on this. There are statistics on it. And then you're going off of, I don't know, that's how I feel. And that's not what I see. And it's just like, that's how women argue. And if you bring something that's statistical, not in their favor, the first thing they say is, well, that's not me. I don't do that. I pay for my man's meals. And it's just like, okay, even if that's true, that's one fucking woman versus a million. You know what I'm saying? So like when you scale it, let's be real. So even if there's like 20 of you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, let's be real, on the scale of Florida, even Ridge Manor, on the scale of Ridge Manor, 22, what? The population out there is 5,000. That ain't shit. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's like the majority rules when it comes to statistics. I get there's one guy out there that's, you know, probably not what some of the stuff that I complain about, but that doesn't change the statistics that most guys are 5'9". You know what I'm saying? Most guys are 5'9". You know what I'm saying? That's not the case.
5'9"?
Yes, that is the average height. And you know why you don't think that? And wait, I don't think that because it's what you're paying attention to. When you're walking around, you're like, oh, you're looking for what's taller than you. You're not looking for what's at eye level or shorter. I thought the same thing. I was like, everybody I know is like my height at eye level. How is that even true statistic? It didn't make sense. But when I started paying attention, I'm like, oh, it's because I'm not looking at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk to any short person, they will tell you that they don't feel seen. So it's like, because your eye line will just soar over them. And women tend to look up. So it's just like this, you know, because they come from a smaller stature. So like, they almost, there's a lot of cases like you literally are missing him. So it's just like, so because I feel some way doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it is. Huh?
The statistic is most men are 5'9"?
No, look it up. Yeah, 5'9". That is the American height. I think in France has the highest average. I think they have the tallest men. I think France's average is like 5'10". But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's yeah. So it's like, so say
I'll say this. With black men, I don't notice. Like, I only notice short black men. Like, I could see a Hispanic man, a white man, an Asian man who's short, my height, or even shorter than me, and I don't look at him and say, that's a short guy. But when I see a black man who's my height, I don't know what it is. I'm like, oh, he's a short guy. Why? Like I
couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It could be a preset. This could just be what you're fixated to see. But like, I tend to not see short people at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside of women, women aren't the case. So women, they stick out to me. Short women stick out because I'm attracted to short women. So it's like that's different. But like, I don't see short guys. Like even like a guy I'm cool with, I will walk clean past him because what I'm focused on is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, like when you're in high school, you'll walk right by your best friend. Why? Because you're focused on like getting the class. For example, they can walk clean right by you in bright orange and you still miss them. And I think that's what's happening. It's not like you don't see them, but it's just like, it's not the first thing on your mind. You're looking, as a man, you're looking for threats. So when it comes to threats, you're not presuming anything smaller than you is a threat. So as a man, I don't necessarily see things as a threat. Even a dog, you see some tiny dog walking the street, it's like a cat running by. You're not even gonna think about it. You can be like, you see a big dog running by, it's hard to not change your day. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, maybe I should wait, go outside, because it's different. So like size is a very large thing when it comes to human interaction because we are animals. You know what I'm saying? We are animals. You tend to respect what's larger. If I bring a larger dog, probably not my dog, but most dogs, you bring a larger dog around one dog, the smaller dog is going to do something submissive in nature because they already see it. That's why when you get near a bear, the first thing they tell you is look big. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to intimidate it. Versus men are set up like that. And then women are set up like that because they're looking for something to protect them. So it's like you already perceiving something smaller is not capable. Even in most cases, like some small rowdy dudes that would give me up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always mean that you're more dangerous, but but it does kind of guarantee the fact that you are capable of protecting. And then from my standpoint, like a guy, like, you know, you like men, like I don't even pick up on teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Now, loud and dangerous teenagers, yeah, but like because they're not a threat. It's a kid, bro. Like I can crush his throat with one hand. Like I'm not worried about. But like, you know what I'm saying? But like when they're being wild, you know, there's nothing more dangerous than an out of control, almost full strength man. So like I do pay attention to teenagers, but they do fly under my radar. Like unless they're being loud, they're being rambunctious, I'm kind of paying attention. But like most cases, because they're not a threat yet, they're just so below my radar. I don't even see them. Like when I'm at Maine's house, like his nephews are my size. They're big guys, but they're still below my threat level. I'm not even y'all aren't there yet to even handle this level of tenacity if we were to get in. So I'm not even thinking about it. I'm looking for like real threats. So it's like I think the same thing with women. They're looking for real potential mates or real potential protectors. So they tend to not look for smaller things. Just like if you say your house gets broken into, or say you get rushed right outside your house and you're like, I'm gonna go get a dog. You're not getting no small dog. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely not getting a fucking small dog. So you're gonna go and get the biggest, meanest, most brawliest looking dog you can find. Because why? You don't want to have to deal with that situation again. A small dog might fuck somebody up, but that big dog is a deterrent. So you don't even engage in situations simply because he's so goddamn big. A guy like Marcel, you don't really know how fast he moves. Just be honest. You just see his size. You're like, I ain't about to fuck that boy. You know what I'm saying? Because he looks a little Samoan, and we all know how fast Samoan cats can move. So it's like it's not always guaranteed he gonna be big and slow. So like just his size alone is like he's tall, he's big. That boy gonna pop you up. He gonna crush you. You're like, don't fuck with him. Some big boys move. So it's like it's just already deterrent. You know, if they're looking to rob somebody and they see somebody y'all's couple size, you and John, and they got, I'm telling you, they're not going after Grace and Marcel. It's too much of a threat. Why? It's too hard. It's too hard. Y'all look like the easy kill. So it's like, if I'm just a guy trying to get some easy cash, I don't care if y'all hopped out the Bentley. I'm going towards the easy money because that's what a lion does. Any predator does. Predators go for easy money.
First of all, you know, I'm definitely a threat because I'm always packing. Okay.
You talking about your gun?
You say all the wrong things on YouTube.
Oh, you can't say gun anymore? This is gun channel.
R word. You said the N word. You said the G word.
Well, maybe we need to get a grinder. Well, not grinder. Oh, Jesus Christ, not a grinder. What's the name of that thing?
Reddit? Is it not Reddit? It's
no, what's Rumble. Rumble. That's why I'm mixing it up. Jesus Christ, I'm just like, dude, I'm about to sound like a gay fucker. Oh my God. I was like, why did I just say grinder?
I don't even know. Isn't that a
It's a gay app, yeah. It's a gay app. You know, it's funny. I just saw a reel.
supposed to say gay?
Oh God, well, there's nothing wrong with gay. Gay means happy. I didn't use it in a derogatory term. It is a gay app for gay people. It's not like a. But no, there was this girl messing with her boyfriend, and she was just like, "Why do you have a Grinder app on your phone?" And then he didn't download. She downloaded it. She was like messing with him. He's like, "I don't have a Grinder app on my phone." She showed him. He was just like, "You put that there." She's like, "I don't know. You're kind of weirding me out. Why is it in your phone?" Like she's like pranking him. And like that. That's probably why it was fresh on my mind. But
oh, you just watched that?
No, it was like 2 days ago.
It was so funny. We literally started this conversation, and you were like, I cannot talk about relationships.
Well, we're talking about interpersonal dynamics more than we are like sustaining relationships, the way male and females deal with each other. I guess it all goes into relationships, but we're not talking about like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, still falls into the same umbrella.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, we're people. So it's like things tend to always go back to people. We could talk about politics all day, right? But eventually you get to a point in the politic conversation where it does get back to people. You go back to the person that made the decision. You're like, all right, so why are we here with said policy that's just like, well, Dr. Wellington dropped this said thing last year. You dropped this bill last year, so like, now you're talking about his decisions. So now we're back on a humanitarian playing field. So I think everything circles back to like the way humans deal with each other, unfortunately, no matter what you're talking about. Like, even if you're arguing about cars, eventually you're going to get down to who made the car. And you're going to be like, well, Shelby has always made better cars than, whatever the case may be.
Drives it better.
You can't say, what? Oh, yeah, she's right. You can't. You have to say stuff like unalived. But it's just like, dude, we live in such a nullified world. It's so crazy. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. Can't speak your opinion. You can't spank your kids. You can't do shit.
You can't spank your kids?
I can't say you can't. It's just we live in such a triggered world that I think we live in a world where a kid can make it really dangerous for a parent to spank them. I think that's why it's probably happening less. All you gotta do is yank out the phone, go on live. Like, she hit me, and then now the parents in all kinds of world of trouble. I think most kids are smarter than that, but you got the ones that parents didn't start early enough. So they oh yeah, I can leverage this situation where they don't really respect the discipline. They're looking at it like they think when you let your kids look at you like an equal, I feel like that's bound to happen because they think they can, like, when you reason with a kid, you don't let them understand the hierarchy. I'm not going to argue with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go do it because I said go do it. You know what I'm saying? We can figure that out when you're 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, huh?
Are you one of the parents like because I said so parents?
Who?
You. Are you
what
like
about parents?
Are you the because I said so parents?
Yeah, I think I don't think there's anything wrong with reasoning, but I think when you get it, like, especially like a smart kid, you give them too much of that, they start to think that they can challenge you anytime. Because like sometimes there's no time for reasoning. So like I have no problem doing it. Like if we're in the car, we're riding, I'm like, hey, stop yelling. Oh, why can't I yell? That's a chance for a quick life lesson. You know what I'm saying? I would explain that. But if I'm saying, come on, get out the street right now, you don't got no time to be sitting there and trying to reason with a kid when their life's in danger. So like that's why I think that shit needs to be dead in most cases, like because it can show up in a place where it's not safe. And say you see some strange figure doing some strange stuff, you need them to come to you now. No, look at the boy. You said I can look. So they're reasoning with you versus taking a command. So it's like now they're in danger. So it's like from a protector standpoint, it just doesn't work. Like you want smart kids and you want them to question things, but I think it's a timing thing. I think I would push more towards that when they're in the teenage stage and they've already understood the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? But when they're in the puppy stage, like until you make a puppy understand that you can kill it, they kind of don't respect you. Once they understand, if you even watch the way a mom dog deals with a puppy, the first thing she does is show her teeth and snap at it when she's teaching the puppy boundaries. So now the puppy knows, like, oh, okay, I can't beat you, so I gotta listen to you. And kids, they're little tiny animals. They're no different. You know what I'm saying? Same reason why the dad only has to walk in the house and go, ah! Everything falls in order. Versus the mom is just, oh guys, come on, help out. Even if she screams, everybody, even when mommy screamed back in the day, we'd be like, shut up. It's like, you don't mean that. She wasn't a threat. We respected the thing that we knew would and could kill us. So it's just like, it was quick. Daddy would walk in the house. He wouldn't have to say nothing, bro. The door closed and whatever was happening that mommy didn't like is done. Why? Because he would and could kill us. So it's like, without that, without that perception of danger, you could argue there's not as much respect. I think
I will definitely say that there was a long time that I was afraid. Like I had a healthy respect, but there was a fear. Like, but there was also that moment where I was no longer afraid of him. I'm like, I was like, why was I scared of you all these years? But I think I was like 23 when that happened.
Crazy.
I was genuinely scared. I was like, I don't know, like his opinion mattered so much to me. Like I respected everything he said.
That's regard. That's good. That's regard. And that's why men prefer respect, because respect is instant and respect is always, versus every other kind of emotion, you know, or regard just it's not stagnant. Respect is forever, you know, versus love is going to go up and down and all around, just that and third. Like, you know, if your respect changes, it's easier to spot than if somebody's love changes, you know? So it's like, it's easier to depend on. It's more like a statistic than anything else. You know, like I'm going to demand respect, because when your respect shifts, I can see that. When your love shifts, I'm probably not always going to see that firsthand. You know what I'm saying? And also there's so many other nuances to it, but I don't know. I'd rather somebody respect me. At this point, I wasn't always like that. I was definitely, oh no, I want to be loved and catered to and all. Nah, bro, because it's like, you can't depend on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just can't.
It can be up and down. It can be like, oh, I'm mad, so I'm not going to show you the same.
100% versus respect. You know, the way Grace has to talk to her man should never change, you know, out of respect. You know what I'm saying? But the way she feels is the way she feels. So if she's like, don't feel like doing something for him that night, she might. That's like more of a love thing. But if you respect him, just like a job, he's going to get it done. Oh man, he don't like a dirty house. Let me get this house clean. You know what I'm saying? And that's a regard and a respect for your man. You know what I'm saying? Your relation will be that much healthier, because same thing with him. Just like, she hate when I come home without food. With food without her, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get her no food. It's just like, that's a regard and respect for your woman. And it's like, if it's not there, shit tends to fall apart. So like that respect tends to supersede love in a lot of spaces. Somebody could love you and still disrespect the shit out of you. Think about kids. You know what I'm saying? Think about family. How many times have we disrespected each other? I love you to death. I kill for you. Disrespect you all the time. You know what I'm saying? But like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the love will shift, but like, I don't know. I guess.
No, but even that's even biblical. It says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church, and wives, respect your husbands. Like, that's what men need. If you say you don't need it, then you don't really understand yourself.
Well, you don't understand yet. Yes, that's the truth. And that was that person. I didn't understand yet. I didn't. I was just like, I don't know, bro. I want to, because you just you realize that like, it just doesn't like allocate to anything. Like when somebody loves, because like, think about it. You can kill somebody that you love. In most cases, you're not going to kill.
Not allowed to say.
Okay, sorry. You could unalive somebody that you love. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, you're not going to do that for somebody you respect. You know what I'm saying? Like genuinely respect. Like because like love and hate is like it's like a teetering thing. It's so close in nature, such a strong emotion. So
close. I never understood that. When I watched that movie and I was younger, a thin line between love and hate. I was like, I don't understand. Like,
when you loathe somebody, yeah, bro, you can love them so much you hate them, and it's a strange emotion to deal with. Versus respect is just fucking respect.
It is weird.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
or you could hate someone and still love them.
Yes, 100%. So it's like versus respect is just respect. So it's just like the behavior changes that come with only love-based situations, they go everywhere. Versus when you just respect somebody like your boss, the way you speak to him never fucking changes because you respect him. You love your man, you might not respect him as much. That's why you talk to him crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like emotions aren't going to sprawl, but like being a practice human is how you become a great human. So like, you got to practice. So it's not practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should never be just okay with bad character. Of course you're going to sprawl. Of course you're going to snap on your man and vice versa. But it's the fix. It's the turning around and recognizing if you lash out on him and he's like, hey, we don't do that. And you're like, you're right. We don't got to, that's not how we operate. That's fine. Your infraction has been forgiven because you recognize. It's different if you're like, I can yell when I want.
Right.
That's somebody who doesn't fucking respect you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that love shit is, I don't want to say it's dead. It just doesn't mean as much. It has to come. It's like icing and cake. It has to come with it. They tend to don't go by themselves. You want it to follow each other. But I think it's another thing, even when it comes to, like, for back to the first date thing, I think respect and regard is what you should be looking for on a first date over anything. Like over anything. Like, how much has he took my situation into consideration? Is that third? You know what I mean? And then like, how much has he inquired? How much has he inquired thus far? How much he's trying to learn about me? Is he asking real questions? Is he just trying to get, you know, things that there's a way to make somebody feel good enough to get them hot in the pants, a way to make them feel somebody like they're at home and like they don't want to leave and they just want to chat with you all night. It's two different vibes. So it's just like you got to focus on, and usually respecting the guard is their difference. You know what I'm saying? He's making a bunch of like untimely sexual jokes the first date. Like that's somebody that kind of already doesn't respect you a little bit. It's just not, you know, it's one thing if it's hanging in the air and he just dunks it, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're just making a bunch of like weird sexual, you know, like plays at you, it's no, there's no respect there. He's no respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, or what you gonna do after this? You coming my way? Or like, there's no respect. He's not even remotely treating you how he wants somebody to treat his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And and remember, he could be spending bread on you the whole time. He could be up 400 at Roof Chris and then treating you like dogs. You know what I'm saying? And because it looks good and it sounds good, I think certain chicks put up with it. You know, I'm not saying every girl that gets expensive dinner deal with it, but most people that are okay with doing that aren't the best people too. You know what I'm saying? I think some people are just expensive, but if you're like, usually someone's trying to make a play if that's their go-to, like they're trying to schmooze you. You know what I mean? They're not trying to do anything long-term. Long-term looks different. Long-term is set up different. A guy meet you at a coffee shop, that's a calculated man that's trying to set something up. He's trying to build homestead. He's trying to do something smart for himself. He's not looking to, and remember, who goes to the coffee shop? Who goes to the coffee shop?
Coffee date is a good date. You think coffee is
no, but like but think about who goes to coffee shops. Do you find broke people in there? You see poor people in there? I don't see poor people in coffee shops. You know what I'm saying? It's a high operator space. So if somebody tells you to meet at a coffee shop, you already know they study. In most cases, you already know they study, especially if they hang out there.
First of all, if someone asks me to go on a coffee date, I automatically think they're cheap.
No, they're just trying to talk. They're trying to make, it's a level playing field. You're bringing the expectation to where it should be. It's a level playing field. There's no distractions. If we can't gel here, we can't gel anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If I can't make it shake with you with $10, I'm never going to make it shake with you with 10 million because nothing's ever going to be enough. Why? Because you're already looking for me to afford something versus be something for you. You know what I'm saying? You're already looking at me like a ticket. You already need me to do something that has nothing to do with human character. You know what I'm saying? I could pay for every bill for you for the next 30 years. Somebody pull a gun on us when we're 50 and I run and let you die. It doesn't fucking mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. I think it comes with the territory of caretaker. Obviously, I'm going to spend a lot of money on you if I care about you. But we got to get to the care about you first. I don't fucking know you. Who is that woman across from me? She could do this every single night of her life, and this is how she eats. It's not my business either, but it's my business to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ran through money, hard-earned money. And maybe I came from a situation where I was making $25 an hour. So I just spent $200 or something. I spent, 8 hours of my life on a 30-minute meal for a bitch that's literally playing me. That's why it's not unwise. It's past being cheap. It's just stupid. It does not make sense. And if you listen to real wealthy people, they talk the same. Real wealthy people don't even pay for lunch. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the owner. The owner gave them a free wine special. They don't pay for shit. You know, it's funny. And the thing is, like, it's a broke people's game because broke people look at shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a broke mindset. It's like broke people want to look rich. And that's why they never are rich. And rich people want to look broke. That's why they are rich. They really don't spend shit. We both know a wealthy person. That nigga don't spend shit on himself. Nothing. I'm with him all day. He don't spend nothing on himself versus the average person is out here $10 on lunch, $11 on a new cell phone case, $15 on some random boba tea. Then they're back at the Walmart buying the random shirt, random hat, and it's just you ran up $300. And if you work a regular job, you just burnt out 10 hours of your life like an idiot. And you think that's normal. And then now you're making calls to family 2 months later because you're broke. You're just dumb. You know what I'm saying? And just like, and you want other people to spend their money on you, like you spend your money on yourself, so they can be broke too. And you can be like, I'm leaving you. You broke. I'm broke because of you. Like, you haven't paid for shit in 6 months, and you asking me why I ain't got no money?
It sounds like that you
Great. No, I just think it's not I'm not the only person having this problem. Now I don't have this problem per
no no
se.
no no.
I've went through that problem.
It sounds like you have put a lot of thought into this.
No. It's just the way we see it, and I'm in a situation where I can completely explain it. It's not like I spent hours thinking about it. It's just it's the way I've always seen it. But I'm in a situation where I can actually lay it out piece by piece and just play it around the other way. Because when you really allocate money to your hours in the day, which is what I tell Jessica to do a lot before she spends money, because I know she doesn't look at it like that. But when you do it like that, it's really hard to spend money. Anytime you go to do anything, look at what you get paid per hour and be like, damn, bro, this is just like 3 hours of my life. I'm just dumping it. And half the time it's not worth it, especially if you're about to buy a stupid ass $30 salad. You start to feel really fucking stupid about your decisions. You're like, I don't know if $30 is like, because that the $30 at Walmart is 2 big ass packs of chicken breasts and rice for 2 weeks. If you want to talk about just quantity and wise choices and building homestead, you bring that in the house. Now your family eats for what? A whole week, and you just about to buy a $30 fucking salad and you think you're intelligent. That's my thing. It's just like it's an intelligent decision, and so many people ask you to do it. It's just like you do it. And they're smart enough to know that, like, oh, I wouldn't want to do that. Because when things are easy, you're quick to prove it, right? Show me it's easy. I don't care what it is. Male gender, gender role, female gender role, whatever the case may be. When it's easy, you'll prove it. For some reason, it's so hard to prove. Show me. Oh, yeah, it's only $170. You pay for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it is hard. So why is it not supposed to be hard for me? Oh, because I'm a dude? We live in the same fucking market. Being rich is a market thing. It has nothing to do with hustle. You could be the hardest working nigga, still be broke. There's business owners in China that live in a smaller house than you, and they're out there for 12 hours a day. Work ethic, and you know what I'm saying? It down to market. You can open a business in a shitty area and be poor and be the hardest working person on the planet. It's a market thing. It's a luck thing. It's a situational thing. It's not always grind. If it was about just hard work, everybody would be fucking rich. Everybody would have a bunch of money. It's a market thing. I could be a regular salesman here, go to the next state and be the best salesman in that state. You know what I'm saying? And it's a market thing. It has nothing to do with, think about Grace's man. He moved here because it's a better market for what he's trying to do. Which means to say while he wasn't clearing the way he wanted to in another place. So a girl over there could have thought he was a scrub. Girl over here thinks he's a winner. So it's a market thing. It has nothing to do with work, which is why you have to, maybe you get with a good guy and be like, you know what? You're really good at this thing. This thing go great in California. We should move to California. That's a team effort. That's what you're supposed to be as a wife. You're supposed to see what he's great at and expand on it. Not, let me meet you at the finish line. You better have all in your motherfucking pocket. Like, it's just that mindset is so crazy to me. Y'all are so capable helping niggas grow. I just don't get that. And it's like, oh, it's beneath you. Okay, so why so many rich dudes picking girls up at bistros and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so easy for a guy to do it? But it's like, it's not, clearly it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, end all be all. Things should be based off of character and rhetoric and how you feel about a person and what they're doing for the people around them. You know what I'm saying? And what they're saying, not what they're spending. Because like I said, that I could spend a bunch of money on a girl and put her in a box and send her to Arabia. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really mean anything. Oh my God, he's taking care of me. You on Instagram showing your plates and just that, like, next day you come up missing. But you swore you was on a good date with a good man a second ago because he spent money. It just doesn't make sense. Now, if he spent 7 days with you, I doubt he'd do that because he put in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't think it guarantees anything. You know, I got an expensive meal, but he still cursed me out and called me fat. Like, what? But at least you got an expensive meal. I don't really it's not chronological thinking. It's literally just existing is what that is.
Why is it always about food though? Because
No, because that's usually the first step. It's the first step.
Hold on. That wealthy man that you say we both know, I used to go 50-50 when I would go on dates. Like, I would go and the guy would offer to pay. I'm like, no, I'll cover myself. We can go Dutch. Because I was raised to believe that if a man buys you things and pays for you, he's going to want something in return. And I never wanted to have to pay that bill.
Bad guys, yeah.
With my body. So I just always paid half. Whatever it was, I always paid for my. But then I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he said, well, if you're going out with a guy and his intention is to like you're looking to see if you could date this guy and eventually marry him, then you need to see if he can be a provider.
And he can show you that in one night.
He said if a guy is having trouble paying for food, then why would you even date someone like that?
Nobody's having trouble paying for food. It's an unwise decision. There is a millionaire that counsels people all the time. He got more money than me. I'm sorry. Makes way more money than me. And he tells people all the time that is not a wise decision. The way Maines wants to run his life, to pull in sexual attraction is one thing, but that doesn't make it a good idea. That doesn't mean it's a smart idea.
What does the guy say?
Huh? He said to spend $300. I'll send you the financial advisor. You spend $200 to $500 on a first date is one of the stupidest things you can do. Why? Because you don't know the person. Why? Because you could do it and you prove to her that she's a provider, but you can't do that every day. And to say I do it all week because I'm on vacation, I prove to you fucking nothing. So like and then now it's a fact. You put yourself in a situation where it's easy to lie to you. You're easy to use you because you're not basing off of anything that actually requires intelligence. You're just looking at somebody just throwing glitter in your face, and you're just like, wow.
I mean,
you're not judging it based off of like how a dad vets a young man back in the day. He's not gonna pull up in a nice Dodge Camaro or whatever and be like, oh yeah, he's totally ready to take care of my daughter. Dad don't give a fuck. Let's take a walk, bro. Let's take a walk. He wants to hear that man's mind, which is why women made better choices back then. Y'all always say because niggas was hitting women over the head. No, it's because dads were vetting men back then, so women ended up with better men the first time. Y'all don't vet men properly. Y'all vet men like shit. So you're making just being straight up. And so you vet men like shit versus men don't. Men are looking for characteristic traits, which is why I can tell you as soon as you meet a guy that he's a piece of shit, you just don't listen. You are feeling things. You're not looking at law. I'm looking at law. It's the difference. That's it. I'm just looking at law. And I'm going to pull that guy aside when he wants to date my niece. And I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to know in 10 minutes whether he is fit. He impressed her with his nice car and his daddy's money. It's not enough for me. She's going to find out the truth in 10 years. I already knew. That's the difference. That's what y'all allow to happen to yourself because you make it so easy to be used. All I need is a little bread in my pocket. All I need to do is have a little bread in my pocket to play with your time. You can't do that with intelligence. You can't fake those things. You can't fake connection. You can't fake intelligence. That's why it should be based off of that. It's easy to fake money, bro. Majority of social media is fake money. It's easy to look fake rich. So it's like, I'm going to base this guy being a provider off of a couple of dates or even a month worth of dates. It's like he could have had a good sales week. Gracie understands that he could have had a great sales month. And that's why he's spinning bread like that. That don't mean that's how he live all year. He can blow money like that every week and he's at zero every end of every month. But he showed you he's a provider because he can overspend. He should show you he's a provider because he can retain cash, not spend it. It's fucking stupid. $200 on food is not smart. Why? Because $200 can fill up a whole table full of groceries. That's why it's stupid. You're paying to be under some rich guy's name when half the time what your average person, not average person, what a person like me, I can cook something for myself that's just as good. Most people can't. I get that's why they go out. But half the time you're just eating somebody's name. That steak is weak.
That's not what I look at, though. I think that when you go on a first date, I feel like that's usually the first impression. So, and I think that men usually do try to impress a woman the first date.
Nope.
I do think so.
Nope.
So
I'm not trying to impress anybody. Like I said, that's also a dumb man's game. Like I'm not trying to impress him. I'm trying to see if you're compatible. The impress comes later. I just met you. You could be a serial killer. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna look good.
Never going on a date and like pay for the girl.
No, of course. But I don't. Like I said, you intensify things, and I don't know if it's for the show, but you intensify things. I don't know if it's like to bring questioning, but you're not necessarily listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying I've never paid for dates. I'm not saying I don't pay for dates. You know what I'm saying? I argue a woman should go 50-50, and I still pay the majority of the bills under my roof. So it's just like, I'm just saying what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? What makes sense? You know what I mean? And women tend to make a lot more sense when they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just being honest because I don't know. I'm not gonna get too nitty gritty. I'm just saying I don't think women have good practices. It's very much I feel, and results speak for themselves. They really do. You know what I'm saying? That you make it too easy to be played, bro. And that's all I'm saying. And it's like, where are the results? Where are they at? Because if you did things like I said them, you'd be in a better situation. Mm-hmm. You're not in this. You're like half listening. I'm not dumb.
No, I'm listening. I just don't.
That was the point of being here.
I just don't agree with it.
I mean, it's fine, but if it listen, Einstein. This is
first of all, I was just texting my son.
That's fine. That's fine. But so Einstein said is to do the same thing twice and expect a different result is the definition of insanity. Yes, and then yet y'all will do it and call it something different because it feels good. But you're doing something that did not work. You did not work. But you know what worked? Daddy's sitting outside with a guy while he was trying to talk to Iris, and he vetted him for 2 hours. You know what Iris would have done? Something that got her hurt. But, okay. It's not wise. You know what I'm saying? It's just not wise.
I don't think it's insanity with a different person. For example,
you're doing it the same exact way.
I don't agree because I feel like people are different, and maybe what I do for a man isn't appreciated by one man because he was hurt or traumatized or wounded. He doesn't even know how to accept love, and a healthy whole man does. So me doing the right thing.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. How many women have thought they can change a man? How many times have you tried to change a man? Actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. Like you're like, oh, my love is gonna. How many grown men have you come in contact?
I actually have a.
It's like, right now, I'm talking to your ego. You're like, I can change men. I have a different effect on men. When
where did you say that?
It doesn't have where.
When did I say that? Repeat.
No, I'm just saying. You literally just said I can show him a man a certain thing is going to bring a different side at him.
No,
when you should be vetting him.
You weren't listening. That's not what I said. What I said was I could date a guy. There was a guy I dated when I was younger, and he did not know how to receive love because of how he was traumatized as a child. So he didn't even receive the type of love that I gave. Me doing it one way with him was unhealthy because he just used it and abused it. But me doing the same exact thing with the right kind of guy, they appreciate it and they value it and they treat it right.
How many guys did you do that for?
Not a lot.
At what point did you stop and vet them better is what I'm getting at. Because it only had to happen once. It only should have happened once. The issue is not what you're doing necessarily to interact with the guy. It's what you're doing to retain him. It's the vetting process. Your vetting process sucks, which most women's vetting process sucks.
So you're saying it's not what I'm doing with the guy. It's
doing I'm pretty sure in most cases,
right kind of guy and doing the right thing for the right.
The interview, your interview process sucks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not that it's insanity to be a good woman to a man.
No, I never spoke on that. See, now you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're going into the totality of the relationship. I never even spoke on that. I'm talking about specifically vetting. So you went into the totality of the relationship. I never spoke on what a woman does full term. In most cases, if you're actually being feminine, you already innately know what to do for a man if you're trying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from the standpoint of just vetting him, not falling for the bullshit. Y'all all want bad boys. You have to grow out of that stupid shit. Y'all do it 11, 20. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You only like a bad boy through a bad vetting process. If you grow up under somebody that you took daddy's culture more, you would have a better vetting process.
So I read an article. I read an article and they said that girls are conditioned to choose bad guys. Why? When we're little, what did Beauty do? Her heart of gold turned the beast into a prince. What? The princess kissed a frog and her love changed him into a prince. And freaking the boy who hit you in class, he likes you. That's what women are taught. You just gotta be.
My dad ain't teach you that. Stop. My dad did not teach you that.
I'm talking about movies. Your love will set them free from their bad behavior.
You shouldn't be learning anything from movies, Shayna. I'm being real with you.
Even quoted it. You even quoted it. You said Belle was the ultimate feminine, and
it was an example of it was an example. No, it was an example of how feminine, how being aggressive would have not worked for her, and how her being feminine was the best option. I could have used a million other examples, but y'all watch fucking Disney movies. There's a million examples of that. The same thing happened with the Hulk. The same thing happened with the Hulk. I could use a million examples. I'm not saying let's take all reference. It's just it's an example of how aggression would have not served them in that moment. Don't be masculine in that moment. It did not serve her correctly. She would have got her fucking face ripped off. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like let that be the life of example. Let's go marry hairy men in the fucking woods. Like I'm not saying it as a full life example. It's a grain of salt. It's a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Oh, Jesus. Please don't date hairy niggas in the woods with castles. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Don't actually put your hair out a window and wait for a nigga to climb up it. Like that's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. And I personally think because the men wrote those stories, it was the men that y'all hate. It's the simps. They wrote those stories. Ain't no men that attracts women gonna write some bullshit like that. Just think about it. Some weird, creepy dude that didn't attract women wrote those stories. Ain't no dude that regularly attracts women gonna write some shit like that. It don't make sense. It's some dude that's hopeless, romantic, wants a woman to wait on him until he gets all his. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the simp. The dudes that almost can't. They can't even access women without money. Simps need that money chain. They need the world to stay like that because they can't access. I could get an ice cream for a chick I'm smashing. I never had that problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And guess what? We're going to laugh all night, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't require, but some dude literally to even have a girl that looks like anything in front of him, he has to spend bread. So it's like, I don't know. It's just not my reality. I think, I don't know.
Disney cartoons.
I do. I think so. It's just such a simp mindset. Like, I don't know, man operating like that. Man operate like that in real fucking life. Come on, bro. And I think it's bad for both sides. It's literally what it is. It's a fairy tale. It's bad for both sides when like in full retrospect. It's like it shows boys that they should cross the whole earth, chase a woman that don't even know herself. And it shows girls they don't gotta fucking do nothing but sit the fuck still and some dude's just gonna find you. And I think it's just a shitty love concept. It is. You know, and most love stories are just wrapped around cheating also. So it's like not a lot of good things pertaining to love were even put in front of us in general. So it's like, in my opinion, that's why I should look at it for what it is. It's just it's a movie and not necessarily a full life lesson. There's always going to be things you can take and that make sense and like as grain of salt in your life. But
yeah, but
it's like the totality. Sorry.
Doesn't art imitate life? Isn't that what?
No, it does. It does. But I think it's one of those things where art is manipulatable, you know, and I don't think life is as manipulatable. So it's like, you know, I think there are women out there that do think this should be like a song playing in the background when they meet a guy. Like they have like you know what I'm saying? Like they do want it to feel like something that does not exist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something, a great studio, an amazing producer, etc. They all came together and made a very vibrant vibe. It can't exist outside of that. There's professional musicians in there making the music behind the kiss. And it's just like, if you wanted to feel anything like that.
When I first had sex, I thought there were supposed to be fireworks.
Yeah.
Like legit. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's an expectation. And when you kiss somebody and they say they felt fireworks, you know what I'm saying? What they're really saying is just like, I got a little lightheaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got such a big dopamine rush. I got a little, you know, butterflies, you know, but like you describe it as that because it's like poetic format. But like I said, it can get lost in translation. People genuinely think that, oh yeah, fucking, I'm gonna see fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought when I beat off the first time, it was gonna shoot on the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna, you know what I mean? Like you have these preconceived concepts from what you see from TV, and it's just not regular life.
Watch the scary movies.
Yes, it's exactly, yes, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you pull it from movie, and it's just like a movie's a movie. A movie's too manipulatable. You could do too much to it. So it's like grain of salt. So it's like.
No, I definitely thought it was supposed to be fireworks. I was like, and I thought the first time that I ever smoked, I thought it was supposed to be like rainbows and like unicorns and
Me
Skittles.
too. I thought when I smoked, you know what? It actually is in the beginning, but I thought it was gonna be like what you see in like, I don't know, it's like a purple world and like, freaking aliens flying up to me. I thought it was gonna be like that. But there are drugs that are like that. But I didn't introduce myself to that stuff. But it was one of those things where, yeah, I thought weed was gonna be like, oh my god, bro, oh my god. No, I've dabbled. I can't say I got my nephew up here potentially.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I think uh, I think people have lost their way. We've adopted too much of the concrete jungle mentality, too much of the monetary. People do forget about why we really are here. There are things that people put in front of human connection and life. You know what I'm saying? Like people put a lot of value in things that didn't exist at one point, things that we had to make important. You know what I mean? Things that we had to make important as a collective. You know what I mean? So much so that we have one of the lowest birth rates in like human existence, like ever. You know what I'm saying? Which like that just goes to show that people are infatuated with things that aren't even important. Like what's more important than family? They're literally, you can't come and but that's where we are in society. We have breaking like the hairstyles and the clothes and the cars and the trips it's really taking the space over family. Then that's crazy. Because it's my thing is like, yeah, sure, you want to fly to Dubai like 11 times until I don't know why, but like I just don't know how that compares to having like to printing a soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see how that compares to like, looking at yourself and like guiding them to the future. Like I don't see how that even compares. Like, but I know we've been tricked into thinking like that's and my thing is people will go on these big trips and all they do is send pictures back home. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they go on these big trips and the pictures are for themselves. They are literally just trying to impress people. Like they're literally just it's for people while also not paying attention to people. It's like people fucking forget. Like, why do you want so much money? To look cool in front of people. You really want to drive a nice car in an empty city? Like people don't really think about anything.
Right. What about Will Smith and I Am Legend? Like he had
you remember? Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. You remember he walked past that big ass bag of cash? You know what I'm saying? Like, because in moments like that, those things like that don't have that value. If at best, it's fire fuel. At best, it does nothing. You can't eat it. You can't drink it. You can't turn it into clothes. It's nothing. But we put it way up here on scale because it gives us leverage. And that's what nobody wants to fucking talk about. We want it because it gives us leverage over the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. And then women, like I said earlier, they prefer to be leveraged. So they like a guy that can leverage them properly. And money tends to be the easiest way to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, it's all it is. Everybody wants it just to leverage people. But your obsession is still people. Even if you're Napoleon and you're chopping people down to get what you want, your goal is still people because you can't do anything without the control of people.
Listen, I've said this for years, over a decade. I've said the most important commodity on the planet is human beings. Because if you're all alone on this planet, nothing else would really matter. It would be shelter and food. Nothing.
You can move into Bill Gates' house. The moment everybody gets nuked off the planet, you can move into Bill Gates' house. Wi-Fi is still working, everything. You're watching every YouTube video in existence because you got time like that. You know what I mean? It'll get old. There's nothing else to do. You're playing in this basketball court. You're going to it means nothing without people. You know what I'm saying? And just people, I think people don't fucking wake up. And that we're in a point in society where people aren't printing babies. And it's just like, thank God my parents didn't think like that. Thank you for giving me a chance at life. God damn. Like I was only in one guy's nutsack. You know what I'm saying? I was only in one guy. It's not like a 14 dudes are walking around with me in there. You know what I'm saying? There's only one dude on this planet that's walking around with me in there. And then out of that million sperm cell deposit, I made it out. So it's just like one of those things where thank God my parents weren't like that. I would have never got an opportunity in life. You know what I'm saying? These people that feel all these things, you wouldn't be able to feel shit. You know what I'm saying? If your parents thought that, literally would be nothing. Be non-existent.
You know, it's funny. This might get me canceled on YouTube. I feel like we're like in an era where they're trying to make like animals more important than kids.
It's all about control. And what are animals? Easier to control by a landslide. You know what I'm saying? They're actually trying to turn people into the animals. They're making you think about Wall-E. They're trying to make us fat, lazy, and dependent on the system. That's why convenience just keeps growing. And technology that helps us as physical humans is kind of decreasing. There's not a lot of new workout innovation coming out, but there's all kinds of shit that helps you get sedative, helps you be sedative, helps you be stationary. There's all kinds of shit that helps you move less. You know what I'm saying? And it's just convenience, convenience, convenience. Nothing's driving us into the better version of ourselves. They're driving us to something that we can't take care of. Like, if I could, like I say, like over time, like with all these assistants, like I don't think it's far-fetched to know that our bone density would, decrease. You know what I'm saying? Like over time, I don't think that Wall-E thing was a bad depiction. Like if we get chairs like that and we start to float around and thing, like not many people are going to turn that kind of shit down.
Like I don't need to walk. I care.
Yeah, right. Like what? Like what? I can float around as fast as I can run. Shit. Like, but like that's only going to hurt us. And think about it, reproductive systems will start to change over time too. So penises will start to retract, vaginas will start to shrink. Things of the nature, like trust me, I guarantee you, you don't use it, you lose it. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Just like the same way the grasshopper changes when he's in a plentiful environment versus a dense environment. A locust and a grasshopper are the same thing. Their environment changes which way they go. So if they're in famine, they turn into the locust. They get the wings and they can transport to a potentially a healthy spot and then rebreed and start over. Versus the grasshopper is green and it's literally, I forgot how they said it, but it's literally two different species, but derives from the same animal. It's insane. You know what I mean? Like those two different environments give birth to two completely different creatures. Look up to it. It's pretty crazy. Like, you think it's a different animal. It's the same fucking animal. It's just two different environments. And that's why when you have famine, you have grasshoppers. You know what I'm saying? So you have locusts. So it's like, I'm
my research on that. That's okay. No, you talked for an hour and a half, Joe.
I don't feel like I said anything. I don't feel like I made any good points.
Don't worry. It's fine. What I will do is I'll clip it up for you and you'll see all the good points. Yay!
I'm all talking close and not having you over there, like making sure you're pretty and like making sure you're making all the right faces. I'm just talking. I'm like this close to the camera.
I was laughing a couple times, and I did do that because you do this thing when you talk and you go.
Yeah, literally. I'm like making a point, and it's like I have no perception of like looking good.
He doesn't have an iPhone. He's not used to FaceTime.
Not at all. Looking in the camera like an old man. Because here I'm too far. Here I feel like I'm too close. And like clearly you have yours set up differently.
Well, I do this a lot. So
yeah, I could have it like more stationary like that, but it's just
just be you. We're gonna talk about some things off camera, but just be you. You're great. You're funny, and you're intelligent.
My cursing, that's what I'm talking about on camera. My cursing.
No, not the cursing.
My potty mouth.
Not the cursing. All the words.
No, and that's what that was. That's what
all the words that you're not supposed to say.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That was my word with getting on with Marcel's mom. I'm just like, I'm not about to embarrass Grace because like I'm, me, I'm Mr. High Regard. I'm about to get up there and just like, wow, why are you talking like that? Like Grace isn't like that. Grace is worse. Like, but she might not have shown you that. So she might not have shown you that. But I didn't want to. And then also with the name dropping, it is so organic for me to make those references. And that was my first worry. I'm just like, I can't be authentic because I'm going to be like so-and-so because it's a real life reference. And I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, that just happened. So it's like, this might not be good for me. This might not be good for me. It's not. Because when I'm talking to y'all, I could just be like, oh, our brother-in-law or, this person is like, and then you can't just say Kevin because it's like we know a bunch of Kevins or like literally. So I got to make the actual, so I make the plant it and you're like, hey, you just said somebody's government. I'm like,
yeah. What's up?
What else would I have said? Oh, yeah, Kevin from the church. The church, Kevin.
Kevin Fruit. Well, thank you for joining Pontificate. This has been an excellent edition. And next week we'll have Tommy on and it'll be great.
Oh, this was Pontificate? I didn't know that.
You didn't see?
So we're in mine?
No, we're in mine. I just didn't have access. I just put your.
You changed everything just for this?
Yeah.
How long did that take?
3 minutes.
That's pretty cool. That's dope.
Yeah, you can't see the back. You don't see the background?
No, I see it. I just didn't. I don't know. I in my head, I'm like, maybe she logged into mine and like, I don't know.
No, I did not log into yours.
Oh, you have yours sideways. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you could do that, but you gotta. Well, I don't know how Androids work. I'm sorry. I was gonna say you have to take off the. You got to be able to let it spin.
My phone does all the same stuff. Stop it. And I didn't know your boy in Texas had an Android. So you already know firsthand. My phone's better. You just like talking shit. Where is the?
He had an iPhone and an Android, but he's in the past.
Because the Android was for business, the iPhone was just for communicating. I bet you he did. I bet you.
Say goodbye to everybody. Bye. Spirit fingers. That's funny.